Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today I've got a very nice 1969 American Motors AMX to show you. Now, the AMX stood for American Motors Experimental, and at the time in 1968, 69, and 70 is when they made the AMX only in the two-seater version. After that, in 1971, AMX became a trim level on a Javelin. So the real AMXs really to speak of are the 1968, 69 like this one is, and 1970. So very nice car. I want to take you around, show you some of its fine points, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about. It is very clean. So this one's painted in the scheme of red, white, and blue, which of course would be American Motors color scheme. And in 1969, they made 53 AMX Hearst Superstock, or SS's. And this is not one of them. This is a street car. But the SS AMX were designed for drag racing. And they were a 390, like this car, but they had an opposing dual quad, and they were really set up for racing. And really, they were formidable. They would run 10s in the quarter mile. As I say, there was only about 53 of them made. And this car was sort of built or restored, if you will, to pay homage to those cars, and that's why you see them in the red, white, and blue paint scheme. But I'll take you around. So this car was originally an all red car, which is this color, and it's called Matador Red. The paint is a base coat clear coat. It's very nice. It's been on the car for quite a while, and it's very nice. There's no rust, no odd images emanating from the paint. Very clean, very nice. The SS's you would commonly see with the Krager 5 spokes, the chrome Kragers, which this one has with these nice Daytona radials, and it does have front disc brakes. As you get to the door, you come into the white, and as you can see, you've got a line separation here, which, by the way, you cannot feel that in the big bad blue back here and Arctic white here. And then back here, of course, you've got the red stripe. And they really did a fantastic job, and I want to show you why. You know, they made the lines disappear here and everything. They just did a really nice job on it. And, you know, back when the racers had them, they painted them red, white, and blue. Most of them were white. So you'd open the hood and you'd see that white engine compartment with the red, you know, front of the car. But this one is red, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. But at any rate, this is the correct interior for a 1969 AMX. You got these nice charcoal seating with sort of these little round pleats in them here. You can kind of see these little dots, and this is correct. No back seat. They were a two-seater. And at that time, the AMX was the only two-seater American car aside from the Corvette. Custom floor mats that match the AMX moniker, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. This nice original simulated wood grain wheel here. All the gauges work, including the auxiliary gauges. The little clock works. The tack works, it's accurate, and your fuel gauge and so forth, temp gauge work, but also you've got gauges down here, and they all work. Now, this tack here, I just thought this would be kind of neat, so I had this, I bought this tack. This is an original Big Daddy Don Garlett's tachometer, and because, of course, it's red, white, and blue, I thought it would really be a nice piece for the AMX. Dash is nice, no broken pieces, no cracks. This car is a 390, and it could be the original engine. They didn't have a numbers matching. I have no reason to believe it isn't, but I don't know because they didn't stamp a VIN in these. It does have a T10, Borg Warner T10 4-speed, and that would be original to the car. So this is really a nice original street car, you know, aside from, you know, how they painted it here. But you can see the door panels are very nice. And this is another thing on the AMXs. You'll see when you start looking at them, a lot of the rubber pieces on them are just, you know, deteriorated and gone. And this one, very nice. All the whiskers are there. All your weather stripping is nice and pliable. They just did a fantastic job on it. Doors close nice, nice shut lines, nice and even, very clean. You'll see here, so I was talking about earlier, you can see where it kind of matches the, I had, to match the floor mats. It's an original AMC differential with a 390 gear set in it, positive traction, and this car is very strong. Originally in 1969, the 390 would have had 315 horsepower, but this one's been warmed over a little bit, as you'll hear it when we started, and you'll see it, drive and hear it run. But very, very nice, very drivable, very usable street car. It's really a neat car. So let me take you in here, show you the trunk. This would have been an original style floor mat. I'll show you here. You can see, the floor's nice and solid here. A little trunk light working, if you can see that or not. But all your trenches and so forth, again, are nice and clean. But again, your weather stripping nice and pliable. And then you've got a space saver spare, and they were orange for AMC with the tire inflator bottle. The correct jack and everything accompanies the car. Very nice. Little sticker back there telling you about positive traction. Bumper chrome, bright work, excellent. Trunk closes nice and easy. You got nice dual exhaust with chrome tips here, slash cut with Flowmaster mufflers. Very nice exhaust system. The build has some 11,000 some miles on it since its build. And, of course, it's well sorted and everything is nice on the car. Window glass, show you that. All the glass is nice in it, rolls up and down nicely. The seats, you can utilize this, and that'll lay the seat completely back, which is a common, kind of a common trait for American Motors. They did that with a lot of the Nash and the Ramblers, and that used to be kind of the joke that they would faster on the inside than they did on the outside. But this car, not so much. This is a very quick car. Original Hurst shifter there with the cue ball. Again, doors closed nice, snug, nice panel fit. Again, no rust in this car. I might point you to the website, westcoastcollectorcars.com, where I've got pictures of the undercarriage. That's important. You need to see that and see that, in fact, underneath this car is very clean and nice and dry, no rust. This is a very, very nice AMX. And the reason I keep emphasizing that is, when I look at AMXs and so forth, it's just so many of them have just been through the ringer. They're not all of them, but a lot of them. And so I just want to point out that, this is a very nice one. Here's your 390. And what they did, which is kind of odd, they sort of had a date sequence here on the valve cover, and that date corresponds with the correct date-coded engine, but anybody could change this out. This one does correspond, and in its original piece, it doesn't look to be like a repop, but the point is, this could be removed, so anybody could put anything on there they want, but this one does correspond, which would be for a 69 AMC 390. But everything very clean on the car, very nicely done in here. Chrome valve covers, little Holley carburetor. You got a Mallory Unilite distributor. The car does not overheat. Steers very nicely. It does not have power steering, but it's easy to drive. Some cars without power steering are kind of a pain, but this one's very easy to drive. Grill is very nice up here. You can take a look at this, and of course your bumper chrome and so forth, all very nice. You can probably see the metallic correct sheen here in the grille. All the bright work and trim is nice on the car. All the lights work. So what I'd like to do now is I'll hop in the car, start it up, and I'll just drive it around the parking lot a little bit. I'm not going to be able to show you any kind of, performance of the car, but clutch is very easy to move, easy to shift. It's just a nice, easy driving car. So let me take it around there, the parking lot, and give you an idea of what it sounds like and what it looks like when it's moving under its own power. Sorry about that. I normally don't do that, but this is really effortless when it comes to the performance of this car. Very easy to drive. I don't know if you could tell, but I wasn't fighting the steering or anything. And it starts up every time. Cold, warm, doesn't matter. One pump on the accelerator when it's stone cold, lights right off early in the morning. Just really nice. It's a great car. Signals work, Again, all the gauges, easy to read, everything works. It's just a very nice car. But if I can answer any further questions for you about this 69 AMX, don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, my name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.